Okay, so I just got this brand new video camera because one of the things that I'll do is I'll film instructional hair videos for different salons so they can present to their staff for educational purposes. Now, my wife happened to ask me for a haircut yesterday, and I wanted to play with my new camera, so I busted it out, and we basically did a long layered haircut. My wife's growing out her hair, so we just left the length but lightened the interior so she could have a little bit more volume. So basically, put that haircut on film. Wanted to share it with you guys. Basically, check it out. Just having some fun cutting hair. Hi, I'm Yoshi, and today what I'm going to demonstrate for you guys is a layered haircut. The situation that we're going through today is my model's growing out her hair. Now, one of the things that she's finding is the hair's getting longer, of course it's getting heavier. It's starting to drag and weigh her hair down. So what we want to do is still maintain the length, but what we're going to do is layer the interior so that she can still have that movement, still have that body and volume by going in and lightening the interior of the haircut. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to first start off by cutting the outline, establishing the length, just cleaning up the outline because, like I said, she still wants to grow it. And then from there, we'll take it into the layers. All right, so why don't we get started? Okay, so now what I've done is I've already gone through and sectioned off the hair with a part straight down the middle and parting it both ways. We've got now another section where I've got a slightly A-line section. We're going to take this section straight down the middle. I'm going to comb this side off to the side. And we want to keep these sections nice and clean. Take this section. And we're going to comb it just straight down. And we're just going to, like I mentioned before, dust the ends. She wants to keep the length growing, but we want to make sure that we have a nice, strong, solid line there. Okay, now we bring down the other section. And just meeting both sides together. Okay, not a lot of length is coming off. This is more of just cleaning up the ends. The original sections were just going in an A line, and then they were being combed down. Now we want to go all the way across so that we can incorporate the hair from the side. All right, so all the way across. Okay, bringing this hair down. And then we want to comb this hair cleanly out of the way. Okay, and what I like to do is right here where the ear is, comb it in two different sections, one behind the ear and one in front of the ear. So let's first cut the hair that's behind the ear. And again, very little is coming off. Again, she is trying to grow it long. Okay, and now we'll do the hair that's in front of the ear. Okay, in this particular case, because of the shoulder, it makes it difficult to cut the line straight. So what we'll do is we'll turn her head sideways, now allowing us to have that room, avoiding the shoulder. And we're just going to take what was behind the ear, the hair that was behind the ear, and blend it with the hair that's in front of the ear. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so here is the hair that's behind the ear. So that would be our guide. Okay, and we're going to come across and just clean the ends of the hair that's in front. Okay, now we'll take this last top section. Now what we want to do, we want to layer through in the front. We got the front as well. What happens if the hair starts to grow long in the front, this becomes very heavy. It starts to pull very flat against the face. Now if that's the look that one's going for, that's fine. In this particular case, we want to make sure we have movement, volume throughout the front as well. So in this particular case, we're going to comb down. And we've got some old layers here. We're going to clean these up. Okay. Now, I personally like to look for a point that I want these layers to lay, almost as if there were arrows pointing to show a particular part, a particular feature of the individual's face. So if they've got nice cheekbones, or if they have nice lips, or a nice jawline, rather than just cutting a random layer, rather than starting your random layers in just some random spot, I like to put them in a place where they'll accentuate a particular feature of the face. So in this particular case, we're going to go for the cheekbone. Her layers right now are basically bangs, fringes that are just growing out. So in this particular case, we're kind of at the mercy of the previous length. Okay, so we got it right here. You can see how it's just all inconsistent. It's not very clean. All right, so what I like to do is I like to imagine that I have a pencil, and I'm just going to literally draw a straight line. Okay, and in the case of a pencil, I have scissors. So literally what I do is just draw a straight line with my scissors up to my point. So you can see it's a very clean line. Okay, so we've still got a nice outline that comes to here, and then we've got these layers in through the front. Right, now we just need to do the other side. Okay, so now we've got the outline all cut in. We've got the front layers framing the face. Now we're going to go into layering all through the interior of the hair so that the hair can lift, have a little bit of body. We're going to take our first section right here in the middle, back. Okay, combing the hair away. All right. So we've got a nice clean section. You can see, taking both sides of the hair and combing them away so that doesn't interfere with our section. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create our interior layers. So one of the things that we want to make sure we do is we don't cut into the outline. We just established a nice firm outline. We want to keep that outline, and so it's very critical that we let the outline fall out. Okay, now these layers are slightly rounded, and as you can see, these layers are coming up slightly rounded. They're slightly a little bit shorter here at the top, and that's just obviously to make the top part lighter. Okay, square would be if it all came out completely square and it was completely even at this point right here, but it's actually slightly rounded here at the top. Okay, we'll take our next section. We're just going to work our way towards the front. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this. So, combing the hair straight down. And the first thing I'm going to double check and refine is the outline. Okay, so I'm going to have my model slightly look down. And I'm just going to go through and clean this outline up. Strengthen out the line. Make sure we have a nice clean line. I'm going to go this way. Alright, just dusting off the ends. I just want to really strengthen the outline. Okay. And now we're going to strengthen the outline, which is the layer in the front, which are those layers that frame the face. Okay, so you can see these layers that come down and frame the face. We just want to make sure that it's a nice, sharp, clean line. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn, again, our model's head to avoid the interference with the shoulder. And comb this hair straight down. Okay. And I like to just place my comb right here, and I'm just dusting off any little flyaways. Okay, really strengthening out that outline. Okay, now we're going to do it to the other side. Now, we need to go through and cross-check our layers throughout the interior. And basically, we cut the haircut in a vertical manner. So cross-checking it, we're actually going to go in a horizontal manner. You basically just want to go opposite of the way you cut it. Okay, so starting up back here in the back, I'm just going to scoop this entire back piece. Okay, and I'm just going to dust and sharpen up this line. And I'm going to do this in tiny little pieces, working my way up to the crown. Okay, so I'm just going higher and higher. And working my way up. Letting the hair underneath fall out. And I'm just literally dusting. I'm not changing. I'm not cutting the hair. That shape is already been put into the hair. I'm now just refining, literally like a sculptor, just shaving the tiniest pieces off. Okay, lifting up and then combing it down. You can see the layers just lay down so much more smooth. Okay, we're going to go all the way around the hair. So that was the center back. You can see the layers are nice. They just kind of settle and they're nice and fluid. Okay, so now as you can see, we've cut this haircut in a center part because my model likes to wear her hair in both directions, from right to left and left to right. So as you can see, these layers now have movement. We've maintained all the length right here, but we've also lightened up all the interior so that she can get that volume that she's looking for. She can get that movement so it's not laying just flat and straight down. All right, let's take a peek from the front. Okay, so for a recap, basically what we've done is we've cut this in a neutral part in the center so she can go either left to right or right to left. She does like to go back and forth. As you can see, we've got these layers here through the front that frame the face. Basically, it gives it, a lighter feel. It's not so heavy. We've maintained the length. We just kind of dust and clean the length so she can continue to grow the hair. But we've also got all this great movement from layers. A quick recap as far as what we did. First, we established the outline, just cleaning up the length. There wasn't a lot to establish since we knew we were going to be growing it. We could have gone higher if we wanted to, had she not been growing it. We also then, secondly, achieved the layers throughout the front that frame the face. After that, we then took the interior layers and lightened those up as well. Blow dried it, went through, refined it, cross-checked it, and basically we are now done. Okay, so once again, I'm Yoshi Shiraki. We went through a layered haircut on a particular situation where my model wanted to maintain the length but wanted to lighten it up. She didn't want it to be so heavy. She did want to grow it long. The problem with it growing long is it started to get heavy, so we went in, did some nice layers, slightly rounding it up at the top just to create a little bit more lightness at the top. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the next video.